Hello and welcome back to another RostyMaths video, and welcome to my Year 9 series on number. Now the Year 9 series has been going absolutely fantastically well, and so we are just growing from strength to strength. We are in our percentage section at the minute. Now if you missed anything we've done so far, I've got a lovely playlist popping out right now for you to go and check to see everything we have covered. In this video, however, we are increasing and decreasing percentages, and we are going to use the single multiplier method. Now, I have got a simpler video on how to do this coming up on the Year 7 series. That's going to be coming up this week as well. You can see that on the pop-out banner right there. So go and check that out if anything I do today is a little bit too strenuous for you. Anyway, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. For you, it's just a click. You can just click it. Cost you nothing at all, but it means the world to me. So subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you do not miss another upload. Lots of my viewers, and I do have quite a few, are just watching my videos, but they're not subscribed to the channel. So please go ahead and subscribe. Anyway, without any further ado, let's increase and decrease percentages in Year 9. Let's go on a thought journey together. So I've got a couple of bars at the top here, and I want to say something straight away, that these bars represent my 100%. Okay, whatever it is I'm doing, that's going to be my 100% for those bars. Now that I've got my 100% sorted out, let's talk about what happens when I increase a percentage. Let's say that I want to increase the percentage by, say, 20%. Let's start with small because I don't really have a lot of space. So let's just say I'm only increasing by 5%. So this is an extra 5%. It means now that the whole length of this bar is now 105%, like that, which I can write as 1.05, because when you change a percentage into a decimal, you divide by 100 and you get 1.05 there. We'll come back to that thought in a moment. Now, let's go over to the next one. Again, this is 100% here. But let's just say I decide to decrease the percentage. So what I want to do is take 5% off. So imagine I take a giant scissors and I chop off this 5% here. Once I do that, what I have left here is 95%. So these things will become important as we move on. Let's go and do a couple of questions. And I like to show my students this method because it's quickest. It makes life so much easier. I will show you the long method as well that I'm not so much a fan of. So here we go. If I'm going to increase 490 by 11%, it means that the 490 is my 100% and I'm adding 11% on. That's what increase means. So the quickest way I would do this, I will take my 490 and multiply it by 111%, which is the same as 490 times 1.11. And then I would grab my nifty calculator, as I would do, and I would just quickly multiply that, and that would give me that the answer would be 543.9. Let's just put a line here to separate that so we don't run into that. And that would be done. Simple as. And I would do the exact same thing but the next question. If I want to increase 101 by 16%, I take my 101 and I multiply it by 116%. Why? What I'm actually doing to my 100% is adding 16% on. And so for that one, 101 multiply by 1.16. I'm not going to write that down. You know what's going on here. So 117.16, and just like that, the job is done. But if you don't have a calculator and you have to labor your way through this, here comes the method I'm not such a fan of, but it's really helpful if you get stuck. Okay, you got two ways of doing this. You can either find your 11% and add it on. Let's go and do that. So to find 11%, I will take my 490 and I'll divide it by 10 first to find 10%, and that's 49. And then I take my 490 and I divide it by 100 to find 1%, and that's 4.9. If you're not too sure what I'm doing, click on the pop-out banner and go watch my last video on finding percentage of amounts. Now, once I've done that, I know that 11% will be 49 plus 4.9, which is going to be equal to 53.9. And if you haven't guessed it, I will take my 490 and I will add 53.9, which will give me 543.9. And just like that, I've got my answer. So let's recap that. What we did was we found 11% by actually finding 10% and 1%. Together they make 11. And once we get our answer, we added it on. And that's as simple as it is. That's done. But obviously, if you have a calculator, this is by far the fastest way, because you can jump from this step to that step and go straight to your answer. All right, let's move on to decreasing percentages, and we do the same thing again. So judging from what I explained up here to you, if I've got this and we decrease it by 10%, it means that 10% is taken off. If 10% is taken off from 100%, it means that we've only got 90% left. So to solve this, I would just take my 77 and multiply it by 90%, which is the same as 77 multiplied by 0.9, because 90% is 0.9. Now, once we get that, we multiply that by 0.9, and that gives us 69.3. 69.3. We do the same thing down the bottom here. What we have to do is take away that 62% from 100%, because you are decreasing by 62. We know that that's going to be 38% left. So 313 multiplied by 0.38, which is going to give us 118.94. And that's the end of that. But again, let's say you don't have a calculator. So life is a little bit tough on the calculator front, okay? And you have to do this all by hand. All right, so let's bring down my line a little bit so we don't use the same space. Let's go. So I got to take 62% off. So again, I'll take my 313. I decided to do the bottom one just to verify the answer. And I am going to divide that by 10 to find 10%, which is going to equal to 31.3. That's 10%, but I want 60%. So I am going to times that by 6. So I'm going to take my 31.3 and times that by 6, and that gives me 187.8. So that's 60% done. Let's put a little 60% on the side there. And then once I've done that, I need the 2% now. So I'm going to take my 313 and divide it by 100 this time to find 1%. So 3.13. And once I got my 3.13, I times that by 2, and that's going to give me 6.26. And on this side, I'm going to say that that's 2%. So altogether, 62% is going to be equal to the sum of those two. So I will add my 187.8 and that 6.26, and I will get 194.06. Now, because I'm decreasing, I will have to take my 313 and I will have to subtract that 194.06, and that's going to give me 118.94, which is exactly the same answer we have above. Now, Which method did you prefer? Please make sure you leave it in the comments below. I really do love some engagement down in the comments. Personally, I like the top methods because they're so simple, so quick and easy when you're increasing and decreasing percentages. Tell me which method you like. Thank you for watching that video. I hope you have learned something new. If you have, please give this video a like. Please also make sure that you have subscribed below and you've hit that notification bell so you do not miss another upload. The RostyMaths channel appreciates your contribution. Anyway, until I see you on the next one. Peace.